Welcome to Tower Gardening Made Easy, and I'm Sherry. Today we're going to talk all about tomatoes. I'm going to give you 3 tips on how to get the tomatoes in your tower to fruit. Let's get into this. Okay, welcome back. So this whole tower here is tomatoes. Around the halo part are a tomato variety called Big Reds. On the baby green section and on the bottom, these are dwarfed cherry tomatoes. They're going to come in colors of red and kind of an orangey yellow color. I'm really excited to see them. But where we are right now in the grow phase is that I'm starting to get some blooms. Now remember, my grow house is in my basement with my furnace, my hot water tank, and a bathroom out the door, and in the other room is my mushrooms. So I have to create an environment like outdoors. I have to be Mother Nature. So that means that I'm going to have to provide airflow and pollination. So how do we do that? So before we get into the 3 tips, I just want to go over one thing: the anatomy of the flower of the tomato. So they have both male and female organs, if you want to call them that, inside the flower. But the important part is you need to get that pollen to flow from the top, a little stick, down to the bottom where the ovaries are. Now there's a couple ways you can do it, but why not do all of them? So that being said, I want to show you the first one, upskirting. So I went to Walmart, and I'm just going to bend you guys down, and I found this little fan up here, right there. And as you can see, and I'm going to use my foot, it is tilted. Okay, this is right up, and you can see how the leaves in the video are shaking. Now, I'm not creating a windstorm. I'm not creating like a tornado. You don't want to damage the leaves. All you're trying to do is create a warm summer breeze. Now, the room is really warm, so I've got that covered. We've got the nutrients in the water. The pH is right on top. I do it once a week. I just did it yesterday. It's spot on. But what I am doing is I'm driving the airflow up into the tower, which is doing 2 things. It's creating the airflow, but it's also grabbing some of the flowers that are deep down here and here. And I'll post a picture right here and just show you that it's just slightly shaking them. And what is that doing? It's releasing the pollen from the top to the bottom. Now, let's go into the second thing. Don't call me crazy. An electric toothbrush. It's disposable. You can find it at any CVS, any Walmart. They're a couple dollars. I think Walmart's probably the cheapest. And you simply turn it on. And basically what you're going to do, I'm going to bring you guys up a little bit closer. There's a little bloom right over here. I'm just going to take the toothbrush and I'm lightly just touching that top. That's all I'm doing, just very, very lightly. And it's just lightly vibrating it. That's all it's doing. It's not hurting it. It's emulating because it has that little vibration, a beat. So I just did that little touch on the top of the flower, and there's the aroma of the tomatoes is filling this room as it's releasing the oils from the leaves and the branches. You're going to have a lot of blooms, and it's going to seem like a lot of work. But again, these are 3 methods. You know, you can go by and you can shake it, you can vibrate it, you can upskirt it. So that kind of covers the first portion. Now, the second thing to get the tomatoes to really give you that fruit is you got to go in there at this point. Once you start to see flowers, you need to get in there and start pruning. So there are some of these big branches on here that need to be cut back. So I'm just going to grab my scissors, and I've got some buds up here. So I'm just going to go in and I'm going to look for suckers. And like this guy he needs to go. There's like a little sucker over here. You're just pruning just from the bottom, okay, just a little bit here and there. They're not going to give flowers. So go ahead and just discard it. These are things that are going to cause the slowdown or the production of fruit. You want to drive the energy into the top of the plant, into those tomatoes that they're trying to grow. But by keeping all of this dead energy, I won't say dead, it is alive, this energy down here, it's going to produce less, and you're just going to have a lot of pretty flowers. You're just not going to have any tomatoes. Okay, lastly, here's your third tip. People think that even in a tower system like this, that you need to go ahead and mist your plants. Don't do it, especially to tomatoes. They don't like their leaves wet. They like them dry. They like the roots wet. Okay, so let's go ahead and just review our 3 little tips here. No misting, upskirting with a nice airflow, tapping the flowers or vibrating them with the toothbrush, okay? And then lastly, make sure you get in here. Once you have blooms, you have to start pruning, driving that energy to the top of the plant to produce your food. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.